his hand up and look.
Yeah. All right. Welcome to the campus of Collinsville High School. Alongside Maurice Scott, alongside his former Lincoln Tiger great Clarence Nick Cannon. Nick, the Flyers took off to a slow start at a 1-4 clip. Tonight's game against Darren Lee's Collinsville Kahoks. They come in at 3-3. Tell me the keys to victory for the East St. Louis Flyers tonight.
Well, it looks to me that the Flyers got a lot of speed. They got to utilize that speed. I believe Coach Phil Gilbert will do that this game, and they should be just fine.
Friday night, a tough loss against the Hawks and Redbirds. You were at the game Friday night. What are the keys? In my opinion, they need to get the ball inside to the big fellas. What's your thoughts?
Well, adjustment. Alton had a shooter, a jump shot shooter. Get out there on him, deny him the basketball. It's that simple. Defense wins games.
That's Nick Cannon. I'm Maurice Scott. We're all here on the campus of Collinsville High School, historic Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. We'll come back with the opening tip right after this. This is Flyers basketball.
And forward is 6'2" junior, number 32, Jermaine Grissom. And another forward is 6'4" senior, number 30, Patrick Baxter. And another forward is 6'5" senior, number 20, Deron Randolph. The Flyers are coached by Phil Gilbert.
We good, Doug?
And now, the starting lineup for your Collinsville Kahoks. At guard, a 5'9" senior, number 4, Tommy Mayman. And the other guard, a 6' junior, number 24, Ronnie Mitchell.
All the real people that didn't come up in there.
Tuesday night.
Forward, the 6'3" junior, number 34, Sam Webb. And the other forward is 6'1" junior, number 35, LeBron Johnson. And the other forward is 6'4" senior, number 12, Zach Flora. Coached by Darren Lee, assisted by Eric Anderson, Zach William, and Chris McRose.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to WESL TV 984 in East St. Louis, Illinois. I'm Maurice Scott. Clarence Nick Callan is alongside. He'll be chiming in from time to time. We're in the historic Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, home of the Collinsville Kahoks. East St. Louis Senior comes into tonight's contest with a 1-4 record. Collinsville tips in at 3-3 on the young season. Both teams tonight needing a victory to get back on the winning track as it pertains to the Southwestern Conference. East St. Louis lost a heartbreaker Friday night at home against the Alton Redbirds, while the Collinsville Kahoks took one on the chin against the Belleville West Maroons. We're set on the way, a sparse crowd here tonight on a Tuesday night Southwestern Conference action here in the historic Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, home of the Collinsville Kahoks. Starting for East St. Louis Senior is Randolph Grissom in the starting lineup, his first start of the year. Baxter, Cheers, and Roberson for East St. Louis Senior. The man for the Kahoks you want to watch is number 24, Ronnie Midget, as East St. Louis Senior got teed up real early for not come for a delay of game. So the technical foul for the Kahoks right off the start. So it's 1-0 Kahoks, and we're underway from historic Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Collinsville on the wing to Massey. Massey, three-point shot up by Schupenhocker. No good. Rebound, Cheers looking to push for the Flyers. Cheers to pull it out. 7:42 to go. 1-0. Kahoks on top. Marquise Cheers. Left wing, right wing, I'm sorry. top of the key. Cheers for three. Back of the iron, no good. Rebound, touch last by the Kahoks. It'll stay with East St. Louis seniors. 7:24 to go opening quarter. Here from Collinsville. Baxter will trigger for Philip Gilbert's East St. Louis Flyers. And we're going to get an offensive foul against Jermaine Grissom, star wide receiver for East St. Louis. That'll be his first. Second team foul for East St. Louis senior. Man-to-man defense, full court for the Flyers. Cheers, guarding. It's a steal by Grissom. Grissom has a break to the rim, to the basket, blows the layup. Out of bounds, did it go to the Collinsville Kahoks. Nick, early on, you get a technical foul, sloppy play for 2 possessions.
Yes. With the pace of the game is just what we're asking for East St. Louis. It's a fast-paced basketball game. Looks as if both teams are playing man-to-man.
1-0, Kahoks on top. Baseline runner, yes. It's a 3-0 Kahawk lead, 6:45 to go opening quarter here from Fletcher Gymnasium. Cheers at the top of the key. Left wing to Roberson. They swing it around to Karan Randolph. 6'5" senior for East St. Louis senior. And Cheers a reload. Grissom getting the start for Antonio Johnson tonight. Cheers spin move, stolen away by Midget. One of the top point guards in the conference, coast to coast, off the glass and down. Ronnie Midget, the East St. Louis native up here in Collinsville playing basketball. It's a 5-0 run for the Kahoks. That's a 3-2-point attempt by Karan Randolph. That's a bad shot, no good, but it stay with the Flyers.
East St. Louis has to pick up their pace. Collinsville not known for running, but they're doing it today.
Randolph on the trigger from Cheers. Kaboot. Take that, Patrick Baxter with the bucket. It's a 5-2 Kahawk lead, 5:50 to go opening quarter. Midget with the ball, the Superhawker drives the baseline, layup, no good. When he touched the baseline, it's a turnover for Collinsville. Got official timeout on the court. .550 to go opening quarter, 3-point Kahawk lead. Across the timeline is Cheers. Dribbles right wing to Roberson. Roberson to the baseline. He's going to get a push on Superhawker. His first. That'll be the first team foul against the Collinsville Kahawks. That's a 3-point attempt, good, by Kenny Roberson. He had 19 in the first half for East St. Louis senior. We're knotted up at 5. That's Midget for 3. And they had to get a, I thought he hit that. He missed that. My bad. Rebound, Flyers the other way. Grissom, front of the iron, no good. Battle for it, and the Kahawks come away with it. I thought Midget hit that. We got to get a timeout by Darren Lee. Timeout on the court. We'll step aside too. 5:10 to go, opening quarter. 5-5 our score from Collinsville. You're watching Flyers basketball on WESL TV 984. Big fundamentals.
Yes.
Kahawks with possession. We're knotted up at 5. 5 minutes to go, opening quarter. That's right with a jumper, short front iron, no good. Here come the Flyers looking to push. Roberson in the front court, coast to coast, no good. Rebound pulled down by Miller for the Kahoks. Outlet to Midget. 12-footer, no good. We got a whistle, and we're going to go the other way with an offensive foul against the Collinsville Kahoks. Substitution for the Kahoks. Hodges checks in for the Kahoks. 4:38 to go, opening quarter, 5-5 by score. Cherish races up in the front court for East St. Louis Senior. To Roberson on the left end. Study step move, baseline, Roberson. Yes, it's going to roll in for two. Kenny Roberson. He's got 5 of the 7 points for East St. Louis Senior. Pick and roll, that's what you're talking about right there for the Kahoks. Randolph to the basket, stops and pops in the lane, yes. Karan Randolph, he has a body on him, senior for East St. Louis Lincoln. Played his middle school ball at Lincoln Middle School. Ronnie Midget with the basketball, calling out a play, looking for a pick, being guarded by Roberson. Midget being guarded by Kenny Roberson. To Hodges. Hodges, left baseline, back out high to Midget. Midget behind the back move on Roberson. Nothing doing. Good defense by the Flyers. It'll stay with the Kahoks. Substitutions for East St. Louis Senior. Marquise Chairs, Kirion Chairs, Marquise check and Antonio Johnson checks in for East St. Louis Senior. Roberson and Grissom sits for the Flyers. 9-7, Flyer to advantage. Pick and roll again, up and in. It's a 9-9 contest. 3:20 to go, opening quarter here for Fletcher Gymnasium. Marquise Chairs, study step move, gives it out, looking for his brother, stolen away by Midget. Midget going to take it coast to coast, going to get a whistle and a foul on the floor.
Fouls on number 3, Marquise Chairs. Team first, team third. Checking back in for Kahoks, number 4, Tommy Maiden.
Smith with the basketball, baseline move for the Kahoks. We're going to get a whistle and a foul on the baseline on the hole. Darren Lee, who won multiple state championships while the coach in Nashville, Illinois, the head basketball coach here at Collinsville. Rayonda's Exodus checks in for East St. Louis Senior. Antonio Johnson to Baxter. Baxter spin move baseline, nothing doing, being cut off. Out high, right wing to Randolph. And they're going to reload with Kirion Chairs. To Johnson. Back at the top of the key to Randolph. Right wing to Rayonda's Estes, the star quarterback for the Flyers. Blinky for 3. Kaboom! Here comes Randolph, no look pass to Johnson, stolen away. Here comes Midget the other way for the Kahoks. Coast to coast, and it's going to stay with Collinsville. Midget from 12. Yes. Simple inbounds pass there, Nick.
Offensively, what I like to see St. Louis Flyers do is simple. Stay fundamental with my pick and rolls. They've tried it once or twice, and it worked. I'll do it the entire game. what Collinsville's doing good is fundamentals, picking and rolling.
Without the athleticism that they don't have, like the athletes east side have, they're going to have to play fundamental basketball to even have a chance here tonight, Nick.
I hate to be biased, even here at halftime, if I have to go and share with Coach Gilbert, which no other coach is sharing with him, pick and roll. It's a simple basketball game if you do what works.
14-13, Flyers up by 1:30 to go, opening quarter. Estes is going to be called with a foul out high.
Quarter's foul with number 5, Hernandez Estes. His first personal foul, 5th team foul.
In the Flyers lineup now is Baxter, Estes, Carter, Randolph, and Kirion chairs for East St. Louis Senior. That's a three-point shot. Good. Boost. Quickly the other way for East St. Louis Senior. We're going to get a whistle and a foul the other way. 1:15 to go opening quarter. 2-point K-Hawk lead.
His first personal, team third.
Deron Johnson, number 35 for the K-Hawks, his first. Third team foul for the Collinsville K-Hawks. Estes a trigger to Baxter on the left wing. Back to Estes. Coming off a pick. That's Chairs. Too hard. Offensive board. Baxter, no good. Rebound Ballard for, and then it go to the K-Hawks. Midget breaks the press for the Collinsville K-Hawks. Soft runner is good. Matador defense that time by the Flyers.
Number 24 for Collinsville, Coach Scott. Who is this kid?
Ronnie Midget played ball down in East St. Louis, transferred to Collinsville. He's an East St. Louis kid.
He's under total control with the basketball. It looks good on his behalf.
Midget made the all-tournament team last year during the Collinsville Christmas tournament. He's a fundamentally sound basketball player. One of the top guards in the Southwestern Conference. 52.9 seconds to go in the opening quarter. We'll step aside as we got a timeout on the field. 18-14, K-Hawks on top. This is Flyers basketball. Estes with the bucket for the Flyers. 18-16, Collinsville with the lead. And more than likely, Collinsville will play for one here. Midget, no good. Here come the Flyers looking to push. Cheers the other way. No look pass to Carter up and off the glass. No good. Rebound volley for it. Midget comes the other way for the K-Hawks. Stutter step move. He'll pull it out. And Cannon, what Collinsville doesn't want to do is getting up in an up and down game with each side here. They're playing right into Philip Gilbert's hand that way.
Yes, I agree. But the layup missing from East St. Louis is really hurting us. And so that goes back to fundamentals. Kids, make your layups.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the first quarter of play here from Collinsville. Collinsville 18, East St. Louis 16. This is Flyers basketball. I gotcha.
Special ticket packages with the tournament are on sale now.
I want your mom.
6-session tickets can be purchased for $30. It can be used for 6
Tay-Tay.
sessions of the tournament. Please contact Clay Smith, Assistant Athletic Director, to get yours.
How you doing? Fine, nice seeing you again. Yes, ma'am. Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 18-16. Our score here as we open up the second quarter of play. I'm Maurice Scott. Glad to have you aboard here at WESL TV 984. Lawrence Duncan, as always, the producer of Flyers Athletics. On the floor for East St. Louis Senior right now is Cheers. That's Estes, no good. Rebound touch last by the Kahoks to stay with the Flyers. Carter, Estes, Baxter, Randolph, and Kirion Cheers on the floor for East St. Louis Senior. Randis Estes, the star quarterback for the Flyers, the trigger for East St. Louis Senior. Right wing, to Randolph. Handoff dribble to Cheers, coast to coast move. Let's see what we got here. And the foul to be called on number 12, Flora, for the Collinsville Kahoks. Kirion Cheers on the line, 2 shots. Eyes the rim, first one up, and good. He'll get another. 18-17, 7:37 to go before the half. Cheers with one more for East St. Louis Senior. Front, back, no good. Rebound floor for the Kahoks. Midget will push it up. Ronnie Midget to the glass, no good. Get out of here, says Baxter. Rebound. Midget comes away with it, and he's going to pull it out to Flores. Flores out high, being guarded by Randolph. 7:15 to go before the half. Between the leg dribble is Flores. To Johnson. Johnson powers his way to the basket. No good. And it'll go to East St. Louis as Arthur Carter has rejection for East St. Louis Senior. Carter walking up across the timeline for the Flyers. The Cheers baseline is going to get a blocking foul call on the floor by number 4 for the Collinsville Kahoks. Cheers from downtown, front back, no good. Here come the Collinsville Midget. Outlet pass, skip pass, back to Midget, and he'll reload. 18-17, K-Hawk advantage. Spin move, Midget, down the lane, yes. 2-point field goal for Midget. He's close to double figures here in the first half. 20-17, K-Hawks up by 3. Baxter, top of the key, left wing, to Rayondis Estes. Estes to the lane, off the glass, no good, too hard, rebound volley, far back up and in. Patrick Baxter. Roberson and Marquise Cheers check back in for the Flyers. Johnson being guarded by Estes. They swing it around. And it's a turnover. And they go back to East St. Louis Senior. Marquise Cheers and Kenny Roberson checks back in for the Flyers. Estes and Kirion Cheers 6 out for East St. Louis Senior. It's a 1-point K-Hawk advantage. 5:50 to go before the half. Carter, a trigger forward. Philip Gilbert's East St. Louis Flyers, dressed in black, orange numbers trimmed in white. Roberson, stutter step back jumper, yes. That's my man Preacher, Kenny Roberson. It's a 21-20 lead, first lead of the night for East St. Louis Senior. Spin move in the paint. Will with the bucket for the K-Hawks. quickly other way to Flyers. Back and forth game right now, and Marquise Chairs are reloaded for East St. Louis Senior. Stops and pop from 12, no good, he's short. Rebound for the Kahoks. Stolen away by Pee Wee. Pee Wee will pull it out and he'll reload it for the Flyers. Oh! Robertson, no good, missed the shot. Rebound, the Collinsville Kahoks the other way. (22-21), Kahoks up by 1. 4:41 to go before the half. Fleury will trigger for the Kahoks in the backcourt, being guarded by Kenny Robertson for East St. Louis Senior. Almost a steal by Randolph. We're going to get a push right here in the lane. It'll be the 16th foul for East St. Louis Senior.
His first personal foul, 16.
Jermaine Grissom checks in for East St. Louis Senior. Kawan Randolph checks out for the Flyers. Grissom brought in the inbound play, stolen away by Baxter for East St. Louis Senior. Outlet right baseline. Pee Wee, front back, no good. Rebound Collinsville, not a good shot by the Flyers that time. Mitzi with the basketball, he'll walk it up. K-Hawks up by 1, 22-21, 4:05 to go, opening half. Fleury guarded out high by Carter. Here's a steal by the Flyers, Patrick Baxter to Marquise Chairs. In the front court, Chairs, study step move, no look pass to Baxter from 12, no good. Rebound by the Flyers, Chairs to Baxter off the glass and down. Patrick Baxter with the bucket, 23-22 east side. Another steal, Grissom races to the front court, no good. Offensive rebound, no good. Baxter whistle, no good. But he draws the foul.
Foul number 24, Ryan Mitchell. His first foul, team 6 foul.
16 fouls for the Chaos. Patrick Baxter at the line for East St. Louis Senior for 2 shots. First shot up and good for Baxter. He'll get another. Johnson checks back into the Collinsville Kahoks lineup. 3:23 to go before the half. 2-point Flyer advantage. Michael Parks Jr. set to check in for East St. Louis Senior. Baxter, yes. Carter out, Parks in for East St. Louis Senior. We're going to get Chairs with a ticky-tack foul out high for the East St. Louis Flyers. That's going to be the 17th foul for East St. Louis Senior. 3:15 to go before the half. It's a 3-point Flyer advantage. 1-1 for Ronnie Midzik and the Collinsville Kahoks. Back of the iron, no good. Rebound Baxter for East St. Louis Senior. Marquise Chairs will walk it up for the Flyers, up by 3. The left wing to Parks. They swinging around to Kenny Robertson on the right wing. The Chairs between the leg dribble and he pull it out. Left wing Give and go. There go your pick and roll right there. No good by Grissom. Back up and in. Kenny Roberson with it. Got a timeout. And Darren Lee will take a full timeout for the Collinsville Kahoks. 27-22. Flyers up by 5. We'll step aside 2. This is Flyers football, basketball. Baxter with it first one. He'll get another. Flyers stretch the lead to 6, 28-22, 2:30 to go before the half. They want to close it out real strong here before halftime.
And to close this one out before a half, it starts on the defensive end. This is when you pour it on with defense. And just as I was thinking, Coach appears to be thinking the same. He's came out with a press.
You got a whistle and a foul right in front of us with 2:25 to go in the opening half on Patrick Baxter, his first. That's the 18th foul for East St. Louis Senior. Mid's at the line for 2 shots as Collinsville is in a bonus situation. First shot, no good. He'll get another for Midget. Coach Lee won't like that. 29-22. It's a 7-point Flyer advantage. Midget misses them both. And a foul call on Johnson for the Collinsville Kahoks.
Kahoks foul on number 35, Ron Johnson. His second foul, taking 8.
So Jermaine Grissom, the junior wide receiver, on the line for East St. Louis Senior. 1 in bonus. Shot up and good for Grissom. He'll get another. 30-22. Travion Lawson is in the game for East St. Louis Senior now. It's Philip Gilbert playing a lot of people. Parch, Lawson, Roberson, Grissom, and Baxter in the lineup for East Side. Mike Parch Jr. bounce pass right wing to Roberson. Study step move. Baseline runner. No good. Offensive board back up. Grissom a foul. Jermaine Grissom.
Fouls on number 35, Ron Johnson. His third personal foul, 9 team foul. Number 32, Jermaine Grissom at the line.
Grissom up and in. He'll get another. Offensive board on a miss by Grissom. Lawson with the basketball, played for mid Wavetta Young on the state championship team. Right baseline, study step move. Oh yeah, three-point basket. Kenny Roberson. Will answers with a three the other way. It's a 9-point Flyer advantage, 34-25. Minute 25 to go before the half. Mike Parks Jr. to Roberson. Roberson, we're going to get a traveling call on Kenny Roberson. Midget with the basketball, racing in the front court, being guarded by Kenny Roberson. Minute 15 to go, 9-point Flyer advantage. Nice look inside. They went opposite, came back on the weak side, 2-point basket. They're playing a two-man game. Roberson for three, too hard. Rebound, Grissom for the Flyers. We're under a minute to go in the first half. Mike Parks Jr. calling out the play for the Flyers to Roberson, right wing. Skip pass to Mike Parks. Back to Lawson to Roberson. Flyers seem to be playing for one shot. Lawson with the basketball. We got a timeout, Philip Gilbert in East St. Louis. 22 seconds to go before the half. It's a 34-27 game. 7-point advantage right before the half, Nick. They get a timeout. I would have just kept playing it, but maybe a good timeout to set up a play.
Yeah, the timeout was excellent. But once again, defense. And they went back on us a couple of times on the defensive end, got back in the game somewhat. But we seem to have the momentum going on our side. We do need to hold this ball for the next 22 seconds and get the last shot.
That's a great point. One thing the Flyers have done tonight, Nick, they've come to rebound. They really out-rebounded Collinsville here in the first half.
Yes, I noticed that also, Coach Scott. They sure have.
22.2 ticks remaining before the half, 34-27. It's a 5-point Flyer advantage. Both teams, the Flyers in the double bonus, Kahoks in one-on-one situation. Flyers are tripping. Parks, Lawson, Grissom, Baxter, and Roberson for East St. Louis. Roberson out high to Lawson. Lawson looking inside to Parks at the top of the circle. Left wing to Lawson. Skip pass to Parks. Parks baseline move. Not a good shot. They're getting caught up in this. They're not going to get a good shot off. Lawson would tip the shot. No good. And that's not what you want to end the half right there.
That's okay. Flyers took the lead going into halftime. Collinsville, they appear to have gotten a little tired. I don't see too much subbing going on the Collinsville side. And we need to take advantage of that. If they're going to just play 5-6 guys, we need to run.
I agree with you, Nick. We're at halftime, 34-27. It's a 7-point Flyer. Check that. At the 7-point Flyer advantage at the half. I'm Maurice Scott. That's Clarence Nick Cannon, former Lincoln Tiger great, Grambling star. We'll come back right after the second half. This is Flyers basketball. Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. It's a 7-point Flyer advantage here in the second half, and we set to tip up the third quarter. Nick Cannon, what's the keys to the second half for the Flyers?
You got to continue that defense. Defense wins basketball games. Looks like coach is coming out man-to-man defense. I like to see some man-to-man trap on this defense. Not seeing it just yet.
And you called a turnover against Collinsville as they're picking up aggressive man-to-man. Look like Philadelphia may come out and pick up man-to-man full court. We'll see. 7:40 to go. Third quarter. Pee Wee walking up for the Flyers. Left wing to Roberson. Skip pass to Pee Wee and he'll reload. Kicks it out to Randolph. Thinks about a three. Skip pass to Pee Wee. To Randolph. Oh my God. If they're going to sit back in the zone, I guess Phil said they're just going to sit there and hold the basketball. They ain't going to play. To Randolph. What you think about this strategy right here, Sex?
Well, it could go in East St. Louis' favor because what it does is brings them out of the zone, and that's what we want. We want to play basketball, but with the lead, yeah, we could just sit back. I'm all for it.
6:35, third quarter, 34-27. Flyers advantage, and they're going to sit in the zone. Philip Gilbert say, hey, we'll just sit and wait on them.
I tell you what, the guys need to be paying attention, not talking to the fans.
Right, I agree.
If I'm calling it right, the referees at some given time would make the defense come on out.
Nope, they don't have to.
Is that right?
They don't have to. They can sit there all night if they want to. I'm going to tell you why I don't like it, because it gives at home maybe, but here in Collinsville, I don't like it. Here we go. They're going to play now. Midget comes out, guarding out high to Chairs. Swing pass to Grissom. Skip past the Chairs, and they're going to pull it back out. What this does, though, says Flyers cannot turn the basketball over if they're going to play this way. They have to play sound offensive basketball if they're going to play it this way.
I totally agree. What I would do would get my man out of the middle. If the middle is open, we've got the talent to get there.
Flyers looking like they're looking for a back door. Randolph, skip past the Chairs. 4:55 to go, third quarter. It's a 7-point advantage. Almost a turnover, and they got it. That's what I was telling you about, Nick. If you're going to do that, you got to make sure you take care of the basketball. 34-27, Flyers up by 7. Midget with the basketball, thinks about a three, being guarded by Cheers. 4:30 to go, third quarter. Midget down the lane, and we're going to get a hold call on Marquise Cheers. That's Cheers' first. His first team foul of the half for East St. Louis Senior. Midget on the inbound pass to Webb. 3-point shot up by the Kahoks. Pinballs out. Offensive board, Johnson. He's going to pull it out. Skip pass to Midget. He'll take a long ways through. Kaboom! Ronnie Midget. And all of a sudden, Nick Cannon, it's a 4-point Flyer lead.
Okay, you may have called it, Maurice. It's time to play the game. If they sit back, we got to continue to play. It appears our guys are not disciplined enough to hold on to the basketball.
Randolph with the basketball, being guarded high by Webb. Collinsville in a man-to-man themselves now. Now they fall back into a 2-3. Zell for three. Kaboom! The Flyers answered for three.
Big shot.
Back to a 7-point Flyer advantage. That was a huge shot, Clarence. Baseline move, and we're going to get a block and fall. I thought that was offensive push-off, but they get the call that time.
You're right. They bailed him out of that one. Well, at least it was on the floor. He's not shooting.
Kirion Cheers, Marquise Cheers' brother, checks in. The junior for East St. Louis Senior. Oh, that's a nice inbound play right there. He just missed it. Midget with the offensive board. He's stolen away by the Flyers. Whistle with the basketball to Randolph. To Kirion Cheers. To Roberson out high, being double teamed. Roberson with the basketball. Cut and move, stolen away by Webb for the Kahoks. That's a long ways three. Cover. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's a 4-point Flyer lead, 37-33. 2:55 to go, third quarter. Kirion Cheers just holding the ball out. Oh my God. I think they're asking for trouble, Nick. 37-34. 4-point Flyer advantage. Now Collinsville coming out to play. Randolph travels. It'll be K-Hawk possession with 2:16 to go. 37-33. Flyers up by 4. The junior Vic checks in for East St. Louis Senior. Philip Gilbert's played an awful lot of people tonight.
I totally agree, Maurice. You just took the words out of my mouth. If I would go back with my starting point guard. That's who I will have my trust in to start. So in this game situation, he needs to be in the game. We'll see how it works out.
And I think the Flyers may not have had somebody in the book. I'm not sure what they're sorting out there. We might get another technical foul against the Flyers bench. Yep. I don't think the young man they put in the game was in the book.
Technical foul, player was not in the score. Time remaining at the line. Shooting 2 shots.
It's a 2-point Flyer advantage. The K-Hawks with the basketball. Midget slashes to the lane. Offensive board. Midget back up. No good. Whistle. Count the basket. Whistle and a foul. And Nick, that's what happens when you play that style of game. You have to take care of the basketball. And any little thing that goes wrong, you allow the opposing team to get back in the game, and that's exactly what's happened to the Flyers.
True enough.
And you're playing in Collinsville, so you know how the officiating is going to be up here.
Also, I do believe knowing the, what's the word I'm looking for, Coach? The personnel of your team.
Right. That's a great point. You got to know your personnel. It's a 1-point K-Hawk advantage, 38-37, minute 50 to go. Kirion Chair slashes to the basket and we're going to get a whistle and a foul out high against the K-Hawks. So when you say knowing your personnel, you're saying playing so many different combinations and not having the right people on the floor.
Exactly. I just saw that on this comeback from the K-Hawks. We've got almost 5 different guys in the basketball court, on the court.
You got Vic coming off a pick. We're going to get an offensive foul by the Flyers that time. I think they're going to get Baxter with the foul. That's Baxter's third, and that's the 15th foul. Antonio Johnson checks in for East St. Louis Senior. Midget with the basketball being guarded by Kirion Chairs. Out high to Will, 1:30 to go, third quarter, 1-point K-Hawk lead. Handoff dribble, nice feed by Midget off the glass, count the basket, whistle and a foul. Simple backdoor pass that time, and it's a 3-point K-Hawk lead. They backdoored him that time, man. Roberson, he cannot lead the floor. You got to keep Roberson in the game, man.
I totally agree. It appears we had 2 youngsters in control of our basketball. And on the defensive end, they got backdoor on us.
Yeah.
Right now it's time
that kind of defense.
We've got to pick up the pace of the game. We got to make them play our game once again.
Flyers have not scored nothing but 3 points here in the second half. Randolph for 3-point shot, front, back of the iron, no good. Rebound Jones for the Collinsville Kahoks. All of a sudden, it's a 4-point lead. They can make it 5 or 6 with a bucket. 1 minute to go, third quarter. Johnson with on the left wing, out high, being guarded by Grissom. They swing it to Schumacher between the leg dribble to Midget. That's the man they want to have the basketball in his hand. Ronnie Midget being guarded by Kenny Roberson. Midget baseline to Fournier. Fournier being guarded by Schumacher high on the post. Midget off the screen. He's going to back it out. 34 seconds left. Midget looking for a pitch, stutter step move, passes to Schumacher. Schumacher behind the back dribble to Fournier, out high, 20 seconds left. They're looking for a pop, pick and roll or a pick and pop, and we're going to get a blocking foul call on Marquise Chairs. And all of a sudden, they're going to call the game tight. When they took the ball out the basketball, then that changed the whole floor of the game, and they allowed officials to get in the basketball game.
And it looks like Collinsville is in the bonus shooting after every foul. Is it there yet? Yes,
yeah, they're
7
in 1-1. Yes. 17 fouls for the Flyers, only 1 for the Collinsville Kahoks, and they changed the whole complexion of the game when they elected to stall. And if you see the large run, I'm not criticizing the Flyers coaching staff, but you have not gotten yourself a timeout. Anytime you get an 8-0 run or more, that's an automatic timeout. You got to call a timeout.
I agree.
Riondas Estes for East St. Louis in the ball game to Roberson outside. 10 seconds left. They need a good shot. They need a touch in the paint, and that's a good pick and roll right there. They get a whistle and a foul call. That's only the second team foul of the night, though, for the Collinsville Kahoks here in the second half.
This basket here would be big for us going into the fourth quarter.
I agree with you. We got to get a good look in the bucket. Roberson. They had a trap. They got the trap right there. What's going to happen? Yep, they trapped the basketball. They're not going to get a good shot, and over and back.
I wonder if the ball was touched. It appears that it was not.
Coming back into the game on number 4, Tommy Megan.
0.8 seconds left. I don't know if they can get a shot out from 0.8. Something's going to go toward the rim here. Let's see what happens. Somebody's going to roll toward the basket. The Flyers aren't guarding the basket. They're not guarding the basket. It's not going to get off. No good. That's the end of 3 quarters of play here from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium with our score. Collinsville Kahoks 43. East St. Louis Flyers 37. This is Flyers basketball.
We are insurance. We are farmers.
Got a 3-point play coming up. Kahoks 45, East St. Louis Flyers 40. 7:34 in the 4th quarter. That's 46-40, a 6-point lead by the Kahoks. Basket's good.
Ryan Randolph, Nick Cannon with a bucket. That's a big 3-point play for the Flyers. They trim the K-Hawk lead to 3, and we get a whistle and a foul. 46-43, 7:06 to go in the ball game.
First one's good for Gibson. Coming back in for the Flyers, number 30, Patrick Baxter.
Fontes. It's a 4-point K-Hawk lead, 47-43, 7 minutes to go. I see. Robeson with the basketball. Right wing, Karan Randolph from 20. Front back, no good. Tip back up, no good. Rebound, Baxter on the floor. And the Flyers come away with it. Baxter up and in. Look like Ronnie Mitchell got poked in the eye that time.
Turn up the defense.
47-45. K-Hawks on top, 6:35 to go.
Checking in for the Kahoks, number 21, Jared Williams. In for the Flyers, number 1, Ryan Schaefer.
Looks like the Three Stooges down there. For what? What you take them out with? Collinsville to take a timeout. We'll take style too. 47-45. Kahoks up by 2. You're watching Flyers basketball on WESL TV 984. I need to take this anyway. Go ahead.
Hey, basketball fans, sports fans. My name's Nick Cannon. I'm here announcing the game with Maurice tonight. And also, I'd like to bring to y'all's attention, the date hasn't been set, but I want you all to get ready for a huge event. The event will be a historical event. The East St. Louis Lincoln Tigers and Tigerettes sports reunion. All sports from the great high school of Lincoln High School straight out to Cannon's Entertainment will be hosting a banquet real soon. Date hasn't been set just yet, but it will be this spring. Look forward to it. Stay in tune. Tigers of Lincoln never die. Flyers just created a turnover. Score is 47-45. Kahoks are up by 2. And the foul. 3 offensive rebounds just occurred for the Flyers. Free throws are huge at this time of the game. 5:44 to go in the fourth quarter. The first one is good. We got the rebound, which the Flyers did. It's a 1-point game, 47-46 Kahoks. And a drive to the basket, and it's good. Flyers take the lead by 1.
Let's go waste something. It's a 1-point Flyer advantage with 5:23 to go, 48-47. Baxter almost a steal, kick out pass, 3-point shot up and good. Redford for 3. For the Kahoks. It's back to a 2-point Kahawk advantage. Randolph. On the right wing, the Roberson out high, being guarded by Fletcher. Randolph stutter step move, penetrates down the lane, whistle and a foul. He's going to get a blocking foul against the Kahoks and a shooting foul.
Randolph will be at the line, shooting 2.
Karan Randolph at the line, 2 shots from Philip Gilbert's Flyers. Down by 2. Randolph eyes the rear and he rattles out. He'll get another.
I'm noticing the Flyers have still got their playmaker on the bench. I'm not getting an understanding out of that.
And you're talking about Marquise Cherry's Pee Wee, right?
Exactly.
Randolph, yes.
He appears to be in good spirits as he's over there. That's a good sign.
I'm sure the senior want to be on the court. Midget with the basketball, being guarded out high by Rosen. Study step move forward. Strong man to the rack. Big boy got to eat. Whistle and a foul. That's how you take it to the rack. I thought he might have traveled. I thought he might have taken a step, but that's a big boy move there, ain't it, baby?
It was.
Jackson at the line for 2 shots for the K-Hawks. Up by 1. First free throw up by Jackson. He'll get another. It's a 2-point K-Hawk lead. 4:42 to go in the ball game. K-Hawks won't miss any free throws here, man. It's a 3-point K-Hawk advantage, 52-49. Roberson for 3, left wing. Pinballs out, back up and in. Patrick Baxter. And he's been a man on the boards tonight for East St. Louis.
Yes, he has. That looked like a travel.
It's a good look. It didn't go down. Rebound East St. Louis. Here come Kirian Cheers, point guard. Spelling his big brother, the junior, Kirian. Spelling his brother, Marquise. The heir apparent next year for the Flyers. To Randolph. Swings it back out high to Roberson. Randolph, study step move, back high between the circles to Roberson. That's a long bomb. That's a bad shot. Here come Collinsville. Up by 1. Midget. Block shot. Rebound Baxter. Gives it up. Kirian Cheers races to the basket, up and in. An unforced turnover to go back to East Side. Here come your man. It's a 1-point Flyer lead, 34-33, 3:34 to go in the ball game. And this is a big, big possession right here, Nick.
Yes. Flyers by 1.
And I'm going to tell you why. They need a basket because if Collinsville take the lead, 10 team fouls, only 4, then you're going to see them pull the ball out.
Yes.
Pee Wee. No rush. Good ball movement. That's a 3-point shot. No good. Back up by Baxter. No good. And we're going to get a loose ball foul against the Collinsville K-Hawks. LaRon Johnson at the line for the Collinsville K-Hawks with 2 big free throws here. No good. He'll get another. Johnson eyes the rim. 3:02 to go. 53-52. Yes. And it's a tie ball game.
Yes, we're tied all up, Coach Scott.
Flyers the other way. Right wing to Roberson. Back between the circles to Cheers. Back to the right wing to Roberson.
I'll go with another shot from the guy we're calling Preacher. Both his last shots were in and out. It's not a close one, but we got someone else took the shot.
Randolph, offensive board. Grissom. Almost a steal. Flyers get possession. They need to attack the basket. Now Phillips says hold the basketball. Open look. No good. Rebound. You're going to get a travel call. And look at Darren Lee. And East St. Louis needs to get a touch inside the paint. Everything's from the perimeter. They have to get something.
And they're rushing this shot.
Timeout on the court. We're going to step aside too. 2:24 to go in the ball game. We're all knotted up here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium at 53. You're watching Flyers basketball on WESL TV 984. Knotted up at 53. 2:24 to go in the ball game. Marquise Chairs to walk it up between the circles. Left wing to Roberson. Roberson being guarded out high by Midget. Right wing pass to Chairs. Now they get a touch. Kick back out. Yes. There you go. Inside out is the name of the game, baby.
Called it, Maurice.
It's a 2-point Flyer advantage, 55-53. That's a 3-point shot on the wing, front, back, no good. Rebound, east side, Pee Wee.
Let's get a high percentage shot this time.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Nick.
No rush.
That's right. You got the lead and the basketball. Minute 45 to go. Roberson out high between the circles, left wing to Karan Randolph. Inverted pass up and in. He telegraphed that one. And we're back knotted up at 55. Roberson with the basketball to Randolph. Randolph looking for a pick by Grissom. He gets it. Slashes to the basket. Randolph, left-hand runner, no good. Tip back up. Patrick Baxter. Court side, Baxter. Yeah. 57-55, Midget to the rack, no good. Rebound, east side. Baxter's been a man tonight for east side. We're under a minute, 50 seconds to go. Pee Wee with the basketball to Roberson. Roberson poked away.
Get to the basket, slash. Yes, and one.
That's a good job by Kenny Roberson taking over. It's a 4-point Flyer lead. That's a good play by Kenny Roberson.
Free throw is huge.
Yep. 39 seconds left, and Darren Lee is just living. He wanted his team to foul because they only have 5 team fouls.
Exactly. It was a thought went through my mind.
Yeah. The senior Kenny Roberson had 19 points in the first half against Alton. He's in double figures tonight for Philip Gilbert's Flyers, trying to put the Flyers up by 5 with 39 seconds left. Eyes the rim. Too hard. Rebound by Roberson. They need to foul, does the Kahoks. They have to foul. Pee Wee with the foul.
Whoa! Attention. Automatic 2.
Almost. And with 34.4 ticks remaining, it's 59-55. And it looks like Darren Lee's putting in his shooters now.
Okay.
31 seconds left. They need to foul again. Good job playing keep away as East St. Louis. They get another foul. That'll be their 16th foul. 17th foul now. Now Collinsville is in the 1-1. East side is in the 1 and bonus. Ryan Randolph at the line for the Flyers. He can ice it here with 2. Eyes the rim. First shot up, yes. It's a 5-point Flyer advantage, 60-55, 26.8 ticks remaining.
If this basket is hit, I would not allow them to walk this basketball up the court. A little pressure would be good.
I agree with you, so they won't get a 3-point shot up. Second shot up, no good. Rebound, midget, the other way, racing up the front court. Oh man, no, Olay defense, he blows the layup. That's going to do it, doesn't it? That's going to do it. That's going to do it.
Where you going, son? Back out. There we go. Flyers.
Yeah. That's a good win. 60-55. And the Flyers are going to hold on here tonight. That's a good job moving the basketball. I mean, he missed a wide open layup.
Well, my prayer, my hope from this game is that the coaching staff comes together, possibly look at film, and try and capitalize from here. Collinsville has a pretty good basketball team, and we did pretty good with them. We're going to have to take control of our basketball a little bit better, and let's play our tone of game, not playing the other team's tone.
That's going to do it. That's Nick Cannon. I'm Maurice Scott. Flyers winning 60-55. And Nick, that's a great point you made. Your final thoughts for tonight.
Well, once again, yes, I'm well aware. Flyers, job well done. You kept your composure. You took away the shooter. I noticed that. We did keep a guy in the shooter's face, and that helped. But once again, Flyers, what we have is a quick basketball team. Let's utilize that quickness. I'm going to see if I can have a one-on-one with Coach Philip Gilbert and just see what page he's on, and me and Coach Scott, we're going to try to stay on the same page that he's on so we could give you guys the best type game we could give you. Thanks for listening. Here's Coach Scott.
All right, Nick Cannon, former Lincoln Tiger Gray. Flyers winning here 60-55. And the Flyers improved to 2-4 on the young season. Belleville West on tap Friday night. We'll have it for you right here at WESL 9484 here on East St. Louis Charter Communication. For Lawrence Duncan, executive producer, Harold Lowry, our program director at WSL TV, channel 984, Clarence Nick Cannon, I'm Maurice Scott saying so long from Collinsville.